minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here a little bit late for the third episode of the Men of Letters. Yes, we are down 2 people. I know it's going to be interesting. Someone may die today. It might be me. That being said, we are here with the 2 remaining members of the cast for this week. We are here with Gnome, who we get to see his bright, shiny face for the first time, and we are here with Marcy playing Jack London. That being said, let's jump right into things and get this shit show on the road, shall we? Previously on the Men of Letters. Our 3 investigators, now keenly aware that they have become embroiled in a much larger conspiracy, seek to alert the lady of the house, Miss Belladonna Atropos, about the horror that had befallen her establishment. Seemingly unconcerned with the mention of ghostly apparitions, it wasn't until Belladonna was shown the atrocities that took place in her basement that she began to let in some of the knowledge and her dealings with the Men of Letters. During her exposition, a young newsie ran in with a very important message. The book has been uncovered, the knights have fallen, the horsemen ride, hoist the colors. After which she explained the meaning and offered her services should they need them. Jack, Tora, and Joey promptly went off to sleep because they were exhausted, having attempted to fight ghosts the previous night. Jack, you awake in your stately room, door closed firmly, window closed, no sound emitting from the inside of this room.
Of course, it never does.
Forgot about that, huh? What are you doing?
I would say sleeping, trying to sleep, probably feverishly.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams. Lots of them.
What does Jack London dream of?
A lot of running, a lot of panting, a lot of sweat,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of blood in the mouth.
Now, out of curiosity, do these... I can't even get the question out. Do these dreams get more and more intense around a certain time of the month?
Yeah, around the... It's like a couple days out of the month. Like 5 days, 3 to 5 days, something like that.
A couple days. Yeah. I'm sorry. It was a softball. I couldn't not.
I'm a fan of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. So,
balloon.
So the night passes, you toss, you turn, you sweat profusely, and the morning comes. Well, actually, I mean, the morning came and went. The mid-afternoon comes before Jack finally arises. What do you do when you wake up?
He wakes up when the dream turns into him reaching into the man that was downstairs, that big guy that they were supposed to meet, and just ripping him in half. And then he just wakes up.
Interesting.
Cold
With your
sweat.
Hands or? With
my hands.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So a cold sweat takes over you, and you wake in that uncomfortably quiet room. It's very tomb-like, right? It's hard to even tell if you're out of the dream because it seems so out of sorts in the complete silence of this room. But once the sun kind of comes in through the blinds, you kind of rub the sleep away from your eye, what left there is, and you recognize the room in which you are in.
Fuck. I'm gonna pull myself to my feet, wander outside the room, go downstairs, reach behind the counter. I don't know if Belladonna's there or if one of her morning staff is there, but they can just watch Jack just reach behind the counter and pour himself a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon, right? So you're a little bit past noontime.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you guys went to sleep at 5 a.m.
That's true.
So, you do see this old wizened barkeep, a guy who's probably retired and should be at home by now, but he's bored and it's a Thursday afternoon. That he works there. He's the day shift. No one comes in during the day except for the the old occupants. So he casually watches. It's fine. As you pull a draft from that, you notice something as you look around the room. There is a absence of a specific sound. There's an absence of a light snoring.
Weird.
And you look to the booth in which you saw young Joey curl up in the night before and say, "I'm sleeping here." And you notice that Joey is not, in fact, sleeping here.
Huh. Weird.
As you kind of pull on your drink for a few minutes' time, the barkeep sort of looks at you, washing his telltale "I'm a barkeep" glass without really making much conversation. And you notice that a good 30, 45 minutes goes by in this awkward sort of in between limbo-esque time, and no one is coming downstairs. No Belladonna, no Tora, no Joey. No one seems to be making their way towards you.
Weird. Well, maybe the kid wisened up. But Tora, on the other hand, gonna go check on her.
Okay. So you head to her room, which was right next to yours. You were there. You were there last night. You're very familiar with where she stays, where Joey was supposed to stay, and the fourth, the room in which the fourth key would have gone to had there been a fourth occupant. You make your way to Tora's room. Door is closed. There's no signs of any entry. How do you approach the door?
I'm just gonna open it up. I know that she probably won't hear me, but with the weird soundlessness going on between the rooms, so
Sure.
test the door handle, see if it opens.
So you enter the room, and two things strike you as odd. There is like an area of carpet that is very mussed up. It looks like it was like something was maybe moved or removed from a section of a large section of the carpet. And it's not in a pattern that would be like, oh, this is clearly a bureau or a night table or something like that. The second thing you notice, and the more obvious of the two, is there isn't a Torah in the bed. In fact, the bed doesn't look like it was slept in at all. There is a depression in the center of the bed, as if somebody were perhaps sitting dead center, and that's kind of where the sheets and blanket are mussed up. But there is no one sleeping there now. There's no one there now. You are the only person in this room.
If I'm the only person in this room, this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna smell it.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. Roll me an intelligence or a perception.
All right, will do. I have intelligence. Boop. Just put it in as unknown. I'm not going to spend effort on this one. What'd I get? Who knows? I got a 7.
You got a 7. Okay. So you kind of sniff around, and what you notice is salt. Not like the salt you would, not like the very minuscule sense that you would get off of like the smell of sweat, of which you are familiar with on sheets, having had many a sleepless tossing and turning night, or passion, depending on who you ask.
So what you're saying is this isn't the fun salt.
This isn't fun salty.
Okay.
It's not fun salty or concerned salty. It's too much salt. It's almost
Yikes.
like ocean salt. And then you kind of like, as you're sniffing around, you can sort of get where the salt is coming from. And it's coming from the messed up part of the carpet. And as you kind of get down there to look at it, you can kind of run your hands over the carpeting, and granules come up. It looks as though there was a circle of salt at one point placed around her bed and has since been swept away or removed or collected in some manner.
I feel like Bella told her exactly not to do this stuff. All right. He's going to rise to his feet. Leave the room. He knows where Joey was sleeping because they had to barge in and fight a ghost in there. I'll open that door.
You open the door, and it looks exactly like the scene you left the night before. Where Joey had slept, the bed is all mussed up, where I believe he had leapt on the bed to charge the ghost. But there is, again, no Joey.
Okay, great. Well, kid wisened up. Great. Maybe he just left or went back to his job.
Let's hope so.
Hope so. Otherwise, he owes me a nickel. So I'm going to go to Belladonna's room then and actually knock, because I think that works for her.
Yeah, so you climb the stairs to the top floor, to the attic room. You knock on the door. You hear shuffling inside. Your acute hearing allows you to hear that someone's getting out of the bed. The springs kind of creak. And she opens the door in the same dressing gown that she was wearing last night. She opens the door a crack and says, "Jack, this is becoming far too often. How can I help you?"
It used to be not often enough. Where do you know if the folks from last night going through the tests, do you know if they checked out?
No, Jack, I wouldn't know that. I've been here.
That's fair. Okay, never mind.
Why, are they gone?
Yes.
Did they leave without you?
Believe so.
Did they go to the park?
I did not go there yet.
Oh.
I just woke up.
Huh.
So, I will see you around then. I'm gonna try to track them down.
If you need anything, let me know. She kind of like looks back at her. I'll get ready, and I'll be downstairs.
Sure.
I'll see you in a minute, Jack. And she kind of closes the door. You can hear shuffling as you make your way downstairs. She's clearly trying to get presentable, put her face on, etc. But it's the 1920s, so that takes a good 45 plus minutes. And, you know, she's a gorgeous Italian-American woman who is a witch, so it takes even longer. So are you waiting downstairs for her, or are you just going to head out?
I'll wait downstairs for her.
Okay. You hear the stairs creak and moan as someone else walks down, and you can actually hear the doors close along the hallway. Perhaps she's checking the rooms as well. But she makes it downstairs. Where are you sitting down there?
I'll sit at the bar again, and I'll ask the bartender if he saw when Joey and Tora left.
He looks to you and says, "Nah, there's no kid when I came in. I didn't see anyone actually leave."
Great.
The door was unlocked, though.
Yeah.
The door was unlocked, and I just sort of came in. And I mean, it's not uncommon that the door's unlocked, but sometimes raucous party happens here, and you know, no one really breaks into the Foxglove, if you know what I mean. It's got a kind of a reputation.
Yeah, no one does. Maybe the Foxtrot, but not the Foxglove.
Oh my. The Foxtrot, that's a different place entirely. You don't want to... Yeah. I mean, a man of your stature, you might want to, but, I mean, it's a little bit too much for me and my heart, so I kind of stay out of there.
Yeah, understood.
And he after the Foxtrot, kind of, he's like, oh, okay, this is a man of metal, and he pours you another glass as he cleans the same one over and over again. It's perpetually dirty. Yeah. Belladonna makes her way downstairs, sachets across the carpeted staircase, and walks to you and says, I checked the rooms. Have you been in either of them?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything?
Went into Tora's room and spilled salt on the carpet.
Oh, of course. That makes sense. She is nervous.
Yeah. And I think Joey, point at the booth, slipped there.
Well, I don't know where Joey is, but there is something about your friend Tora. I don't know, how much do you know about her?
Not much.
Okay. I believe she dabbles in a little bit of the occult. Whether for good or ill, I don't know, but I can kind of sense that on her.
I got that feeling as well.
More concerned, she's still in her room.
What?
Yeah, she's still in her room, but you're not, even you aren't going to be able to find her.
Weird.
Did you see the depression in the center of the bed?
Mm-hmm.
She's in some kind of meditative state. I don't think she knows it.
Huh. All right. Well, that's weird.
It is. I don't think she's as well versed as she thinks she is.
Huh. Jack suddenly feels really weird about smelling that depression.
Because she was technically sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of smelling things, Jack, if you could roll me another, this is going to be a difficulty 5 perception check.
Sure. We'll do that. Hey, got a natural 20.
Wow. Okay, cool. So
Nice.
We'll talk about your major effect. But the first thing you notice is as you're kind of sitting here, you know, this realization's coming over you. You've had the glass down for a while now. You smell something, and you might have attributed it to the glass being close to your face, or perhaps this elderly man who probably smells like too much aftershave. But there's something that's just sort of clawing at the back of your senses here. And you can smell that it's kind of coming from the booth that Joey slept in. It's not salt. You notice that for like right off the bat, but it's some kind of like weird, maybe alcohol. It's a familiar scent, but you can't remember. You can't place why it's familiar.
Mm-mm. Weird.
Is something wrong?
No, I just smell something in the booth, and I'll walk over to it.
She kind of follows you, and you see her like muttering something as she's kind of like looking over your shoulder to see if maybe she can see something.
It's like a aftershave or something.
Yeah, as you kind of get down there and like take a good whiff of this, the smell kind of becomes more and more like apparent. It's very pungent. And as you kind of get into the booth and get that last like good whiff, it dawns on you all at once. It's chloroform.
I don't know what that is.
As Jack or...
Yeah, as Jack.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, all right, well, we're having a science lesson.
Like a science lesson.
Well, you never know on the internet.
Yeah.
She looks to you and says, "What? I don't smell anything. What is it?"
Probably aftershave or something. I don't know.
Oh. I don't sense anything, so...
Yep. I mean, it's just, just a chemical. So, and Jack's gonna finish up his drink and take it back to the bar. I need to go.
I can work on Tora for you. Perhaps guide her back.
Yeah.
This might be over your head, Jack. I'm not sure what the letters have taught you, but I think she's in some sort of astral projection. I'll try to be like a lighthouse, if that makes any sense. As for Joey, is there anything I can do to help? I can attempt a locating spell, but it's going to take some time. I don't have anything of his.
Oh, you work on Tora. I'll work on this. I'm gonna do my best to follow the trail of chloroform smell.
Okay. She says, perhaps he went to the park ahead of you?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he did.
So you head out of the Foxglove, and you're attempting to track this smell down.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that's going to help you track?
Could it be my major effect that I can have an asset going forward to smell it?
Yes, you can. Perfect. Yeah, so... Man, I will say it's gonna stay difficulty 5, but you have an asset for it now. And I will say that your perception, I think your acute senses can lower that as well.
All right. So do 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend some effort on this.
Okay.
1 level of effort. 18 beats.
18 beats everything. Perfect. Yeah. So you followed the smell. You kind of around outside. You catch a whiff of this scent as you begin to walk down Garrison Street. This is in the direction of the Miskatonic University, which at first kind of puts the back of the hair on the back of your neck kind of stand on edge, because you most recently found out that the doctor that was involved with Joey before studied there.
And probably somebody with access to chloroform.
Exactly. However, the smell continues past the university. So you're kind of, like a little bit of relief kind of washes over you as it might not be that guy, at least not that location. However, it does continue down Garrison as if someone took him like straight down the road. Once you hit a street called West Pickman, you smell that it takes like a sharp left, and you begin to walk down that way, down Pickman Street. And you hit another intersection between Pickman and Peabody, and the smell is gone. It didn't turn. It didn't go into anywhere. You still have the scent. If you walk backwards, you can still smell it. But for whatever reason, it has just stopped. Whether the smell wore off, whether the person disappeared, you're not entirely sure. But if you continue past the intersection, the smell doesn't pick up again.
Yeah, I mean, chloroform is incredibly volatile, so really gone. Okay, that's great.
You know what? Roll me a... It's going to be intelligence unless you have any kind of like map reading or memory-based skills.
I don't think I do. I have public speaking and Persuasion, so probably not that stuff. But
I will give you an asset for you've been in town for a hot minute.
yeah,
So you kind of know the highways and byways. So it's going to be a difficulty 4, and I'll give you an asset because you've been in the town the longest.
okay. 3. I'm gonna roll this as normal.
Okay, that succeeds.
Nice.
You recall, like once once the frustration dies down, right, that you lost the scent or whatever happened to the scent, right? Once you get over the fact that you're not finding this kid right now, you do realize that where you are is the center of what Joey said was the pentagram of the 5 buildings that had green smoke coming out of them.
Oh, good.
Like you are dead center.
Huh. Look around. Any sort of notable landmark?
It seems to be a bunch of buildings. There is a building that has a notorious name to it. However, you having been a learned man of letters and having been here for a minute, there's a place called the Witch House, which it is not, in fact, anything like what it sounds. It is a hostel. It's just a shitty hostel on the ass end of the French Hill. There's many rumors about this place. It's pretty gross. And it's probably the lowest form of place you can rent in the city.
Great. What about a sewer system?
There are grates every so many feet, right? There are manhole covers, but as you kind of like find one and sniff around it, the scent doesn't go actually down there.
Weird. All right.
It's as if something made the scent go away, or is blocking it.
Okay. Great. Not so great. Not great at all.
You had one job.
I had one.
You do know that you are but a stone's throw away from the park. You are about 2 blocks north of the park.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and walk to the park, muttering to myself as I do, like, fucking astral projection, fucking God. Yeah. Oh, maybe he's fine, you know? Fucking kids. One more person asks me if he's my kid. I swear to God. There are a number of things that I'd rather shove through my dick than for that to be my kid.
Do you start listing them as you kind of go?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the course of one night, allegedly all of the men of letters have been killed, and you have lost your 2 charges. And the third of which that you were expecting hasn't showed up. It's a bang-up job for Jack London this weekend.
Yep. Fantastic. Real good.
So as you mutter, falling deeper into your self-reflection, you make your way down to the Campbell Memorial Park. You've been here before. You've been to most of the places in the city before to get a lay of the land. This is a park much like any other. There are several walk paths throughout the park, lush rolling green hills. There's a wrought iron fence around it, and probably the most notable feature in the entire place is the statue of Odysseus, the thinker. He is surrounded by 2 sirens, symbolizing Homer's Iliad. You know the tale. And that's really it. So why green smoke came out of this place, you have no idea. But as you kind of get to the wrought iron gate, it is open, as is common for the park. But there is something strange you note, is that there is a low-hanging fog that just seems to persist within the boundaries of the wrought iron gate. It doesn't seep out past it. It just seems like there's a good 3 feet of fog inside Campbell Memorial Park.
Great. You know, it's like fucking Tuesday. Wonderful. Maybe it's Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. I'm gonna kick at the fog as I walk in.
You do so. It swirls around you as it doesn't seem to be any kind of, magical fog. It just seems to be regular fog. It's just strange that it hangs there.
Yeah.
As you kind of walk in the park, you do notice that the sun is fairly high in the sky, so that does make the fog seem a little bit more ominous, right? It's not burning off. It is like mid-afternoon at this point.
Yeah.
But as you kind of walk through the park, your acute hearing picks up strange noise. It's not like the children chattering and playing that you would expect of a park. It's also not like an ominous chanting in which you were, probably at this point hoping for. It's like a low guttural grunt and the shuffling of something, like someone's moving something heavy, on the grass, on the dirt. You can kind of hear it coming from more centrally located in the park.
Okay. Keep one hand on my sword cane then.
Mm-hmm. Do you head in that direction?
Sure.
Okay. So
I'll check what that is out.
Yeah. So you kind of head in that direction, and you see coming up in this fog, again, it's like 3 feet high of fog, you see this large, like, hulking mass in the middle of the fog coming into view. It looks like an immense creature, right? Broad shoulders, and it seems to be like doing this maneuver where it's jabbing at something and ripping it out of the ground, in an almost like menacing kind of way. And you can tell that the grunting noise or these moans are coming from whatever the hell this is. It seems to be tearing chunks of earth out. What do you do?
Is it like, I don't know, does it have a flesh tone of some kind? Is it wearing clothing?
It seems to be. So at this point, it's a little dark, right? Because you have like the 3 feet or so of fog. It seems to be wearing like tones of like red and black, and you can't really make out a face at this distance, but it does seem to have a humanoid shape to it.
That's fine. I'm gonna clear my throat. Excuse me, sir.
Hiram, you hear, "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, son of a bitch. Just like kind of kick at something real quick and sling a shovel over my shoulder. What can I do for you?
Sorry, do you work here?
Yes.
Just wondering. What you digging?
Dirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Real enlightening.
Good shit.
Uh-huh. What you digging for?
Not digging for nothing. Just doing work.
All right. Well, you enjoy yourself and you're digging. How big are you? Like
6.5 feet.
That's a big person.
300 pounds.
That's a very big person.
It's like a tiny
Twice as broad as a normal dude. Yeah, huge.
Tiny Paul Bunyan.
Tiny Paul Bunyan.
He looks like that. He's got overalls. He's got a red plaid shirt on.
So if you work here, I'm just wondering. I'm investigating some of the smoke that was coming up from 5 buildings last night. If you work here, did you see anything like that last night?
Who wants to know?
I do.
Why?
Because I'm investigating it for the Post.
Like, you with the coppers or
No.
what?
I'm a reporter.
Yeah. I don't talk to reporters.
Well, you're already doing it, so, just sort of.
Quote me on that. I'm digging dirt. Capiche? Nah.
All right. Sure. I'll go find my own smoke then.
I don't even want to intrude on this scene.
Out of curiosity.
Uh-huh.
You said there was 5 buildings with like a green smoke.
I didn't say buildings.
Well, smoke.
Yeah.
5 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Why? Who wants to know?
Not me. Just old Diggins McGee here. Stick in some dirt.
All right, you enjoy that.
All right, well,
Start strolling away.
have a good evening.
It's afternoon.
Whatever you say. Is the thing that I was like attacking or just, with, does it like move?
It doesn't. It doesn't move, but I am going to intrude here on Marcy.
Yeah.
Jack, I'm going to intrude. It's a positive intrusion. You smell death. Something is dead. You smell blood. You smell lots of blood. Like too much blood. Like more than several people's worth of blood. It also doesn't smell like anything you unfortunately, you know what the smell of human blood and animal blood smells like and the differences, and it doesn't smell like either of those.
Huh. All right. I'm going to make myself scarce for a bit, maybe hang out next to a tree and just watch this guy dig.
Okay.
Does it, if I watch for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and this is assuming that I'm able to hide, what I'm looking for is like maybe he's actually digging a grave and not necessarily.
Okay.
Is that what it looks like?
Roll me a stealth.
Sure.
It's going to be a difficulty 3.
Ooh.
Don't have that.
Then it would be speed if you got it.
Yep. Ayo, got it.
So the success just means that Hiram doesn't notice you. So you are effectively hidden in the fog by a tree or bush or what have you. And as you kind of train your vision on him, you see that repetitive motion. Now you know as digging, right? You see this hulking frame ripping earth out of the ground as he is digging a hole. And after a few minutes, you kind of see him like do the pop up and like look around, and you see him dip below the fog and drag something over. And you can tell the difference between the shoveling and the dragging. And then you see him begin to fill that hole in. And depending on how long you watch, you see him dig another hole and pull something else towards it.
Okay. Yep. All right. Great. That's probably fine. Weirder things have happened. Like so many more weird things. Let's see here. I would like to. I have another expensive item that I haven't chosen yet.
Perfect. Is it a gun?
It is going to be a gun. Wow. How did you guess? Mike, you're so good at
Because there's
this.
a 6'4" beast of a man burying something in a park.
You're so
That's
good at this.
totally. I don't know what problem is going on here. That is normal park behavior.
Yeah.
This is probably fine. And I'm going to cock it and start approaching him with it drawn.
Perfect. I will say, Hiram, you, having experienced it on both ends, you can hear the telltale cocking of a gun. It is a quiet place, and it sort of echoes through the fog.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's coming from, but you hear that click coming towards you. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna just like kind of make it look like I'm still digging with one arm, and I'm gonna unfurl this little like leather pouch on my side and hold on to my my axe,
Perfect.
readying that.
Of course you have an axe.
So, so Jack,
Who needs guns?
right? Jack, what is the gun you have? Is it a Derringer? Do you have like a snub-nosed rifle, like a sawed-off shotgun? What do you have?
I think a Derringer is appropriate for Jack.
Yeah, it does seem very, hidden up the sleeve kind of Derringer. Perfect. Yeah, so you cock the revolver on the lever on the Derringer as you walk towards Hiram. What are you doing as you approach?
You're going to show me what you're burying right now.
What? You gonna shoot me?
I'm hoping I don't have to.
I'd like to turn around quickly, and I want to fire. I want to fire a warning shot.
Okay, sure. So
from my axe.
yeah.
What?
So I need. Man, you know what? No, that just
It's a
happened.
warning shot. I'm
Yeah, that just
intentionally
happens.
not.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for anything like that. Yeah, so you see so Jack, you see him spin around with far too much speed for a man of that size, and then you hear like a muzzle blast. This isn't like a quiet pop of a derringer. This is like a musket has just gone off. It echoes. It's like that just shatters the silence of the park. And in fact, you see from where he's standing, like the mist just swirls around something as if he fired a hand cannon, because he did. And as you kind of like look, you know that it wasn't aimed for you, but it hits the ground. And as you see, he's holding an axe and pointing it at you. And there's still smoke coming out of the axe head.
Look, I ain't want no trouble.
Yeah, I don't want any trouble either.
Good, then we have an agreement. You should
What you're bearing isn't human.
not bearing nothing.
What are you burying?
Dirt.
Of course you are.
Look, you seem like a nice guy. Probably underpaid, sitting at your typing desk, doing the reporting. I recommend you turn around and you forget what you see here.
Who do you work for?
I don't work for no one.
So you rogue?
No.
Or are you a knight?
Just me.
All right, then. Carry on. Just do me a favor. You put your axe away and I'll put my gun away. Before I start moving away. We clear?
Are you afraid of an axe?
You've given me quite a lot of reason to be afraid of an axe right now.
Just, I wanted to level the playing field.
You leveled something all right.
I fucking did. That's the truth.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, this was very unpleasant and I didn't enjoy any of it.
All I can picture is like the biggest Robert De Niro. Yeah, I fucking did. You sure right I did.
I feel like I'm slowly getting into the voice. I could fucking figure it out. No, I found it.
Yeah, it would just all be from Boston. It's fine. It's fine. Just all Southies.
That's right. Everyone says, "Oh, you're in New England," and then everyone throws in a New York accent. I was like, that's
Yeah.
fine. We'll figure it out.
Hey, kid, you want to get some junkies?
Yeah, right.
God.
I had to counter Chelsea's newsie from New York with what was his name? Harvey, the Southie, the one she hates.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mrs. Belladonna. Oh God. Yeah, I am going to intrude on Hiram. So for you, Gnome, what I will do is I will allow you to choose. It's either this one or the next one, in which you will not get an XP for.
Ooh. Oh, right, you do.
So you get to choose.
This one's fine.
Okay, so you will not get an XP.
here.
So you will not get an XP for this one. Oh, that reminds me. Marcy, who did you give the other XP to?
I think I'll give it to Hiram.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
We even.
Yeah, so Gnome, on the top right-hand corner of your character sheet, you'll see a XP thing.
Yep.
You can use XP to reroll. You can also use XP to GM intrude, or sorry, to player intrude, which means you sacrifice your XP, and then you can kind of bring an element into the story of your own narrative, or you can use them to level up your character. And we'll go over that off screen. So I'm going to intrude on you right now, which means you get nothing and you get 1 to give away. What happens is, as you are having this exchange and you are making your way towards the most peaceable of outcomes that you guys could get at without anyone actually shooting anyone with a gun, and the mist around you kind of swirls and moves, and Jack, you begin to see what he's burying, or what's left of what he's burying. It seems to have been chopped into pieces because it's huge. It's too big. And what I will do is I will attempt to show you guys on screen because I know how to use things. It looks like this. Does everyone see that on the screen?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that everyone can see?
Can they see it?
Oh, that is a big thing with a lot of tentacles?
Yeah. It is a big thing with a lot of tentacles. It is pretty gross. That's for sure. Here, let me slap this on. I don't know how I can show this. Handouts? That's why. We'll do it as a handout. Perfect. So that everyone can see it on the screen. Yeah, you see what's left of that. Obviously, several of the handouts are... several of the tentacles are missing, as it has been chopped to pieces. But, you can kind of make out the outline of something that's definitely not animal and definitely not human, and definitely something real nasty, that he has nonchalantly chopped them into pieces and is casually burying in a public park.
Again, like you do.
Like you do. As a casual, passerby, he saw some trash in the park, he decided to handle it.
Huh. It's a nice bit of trash you got there.
Hey, you could call me the garbage man.
Do you take out the trash often?
More often than not.
And Jack, you just see this wave of realization, this like sort of intense kind of letting go of his pride. Just all at the same time. And he puts his gun away. All right. Look, how much you want for I guess garbage services?
You need a garbage man. I get it. All right.
I do.
About $20. It's pretty hefty. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. You see that fucking guy? He's a lot of little guys now. Just saying.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I hope that doesn't cause an intrusion, sir.
You're fine.
I think I can cover that. Yeah, I could probably cover. I could do that. $20. Tell you what, I'll give you like $2 now, and then I just need some time to get the rest.
I could do that. That's fine.
All right. You do stuff like this often?
Whenever I see it.
Did you see the smoke last night?
Saw the smoke last night.
Where was it coming from here?
I point off into, it's kind of in the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. About over there.
All right. Do you want some help digging? Pretty good at digging.
I only got one shovel.
Never mind, you got this.
How about you tell me a story?
Story?
Yeah.
What kind of story you want to hear?
Who is ya?
Who? All right. My name is Jack Winand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a story you tell the kids, or?
I mean, it's a story I told a kid.
Until you lost him.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks, voice from God, for reminding me.
Your little Jiminy Cricket's like...
Yeah, I'm just here to keep everyone in pain.
Right? Yeah. I am kind of a reporter. Kind of.
Kind of a garbage man.
Good. Good. You know, the world could use some more garbage men. So, story time. I work with some people. They're also like reporters. But they're all dead now. They died last night. There were 5 of them in the city at least. And I'm pretty sure they turned into that smoke.
You're telling me that your guys died?
Yeah. Well, murder would be the more appropriate word.
Excommunicated from life and into that smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, so to speak.
How the fuck does that happen?
Well,
By the way, can I swear on this show? Like, I'm so sorry. Okay,
you totally
I
can.
should have totally cleared that.
No, you totally can. You totally can. I do it all the time. You're fine.
yeah.
I know.
It's an adult
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Good. We're all fucking smoking tonight, so it's
Yeah,
really
smoking. We're smoking, we're swearing.
Everyone is losing it at excommunicated from life.
Yeah. Yeah, they were excommunicated. You know, they were fired
From life.
from life.
You're doing a bad job. You're fired. From life. Forever.
My old
They
school
got
Chicago
smoked.
roots are
You know,
coming
they
out.
got smoked literally.
You know,
Oh,
I appreciate the method.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. You lost your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, friends is one way of putting it. But I also lost, God damn it, I lost a kid as well.
Fuck.
Not my kid.
Well, I mean,
Just a kid.
also smoke.
No idea. Lost track of the smell. What? How much longer are you going to be burying these things?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start heading off in that direction. Meet up with me there. I'll give you $2.
All right. See you in the bit.
okay. So you head off, leaving Hiram to his dirty task. But it's the task of a garbage man, so he's fine.
Yeah.
You head up deeper into the park. You eventually make your way through the mist, and you kind of find one of the pathways, one of the walking paths. As you head on, it's not long before you get to the center of the park, where there is the statue of Ulysses. Wow.
Odysseus.
The Odyssey, Odysseus. Yeah, so as you kind of get to the statue of Odysseus, I am going to GM Intrude again, because why not? There's only 2 of you today.
I'll take it.
Fantastic. I need you to make me an intellect defense level 4.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, by the end of this session, I'll be able to have training in perception, so...
Yeah, or intellect defense, hopefully.
or intellect defense rolls, yeah. You said 4?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just metaing. Are you and I both super low on int?
I'm actually pretty good on int.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I failed.
Fantastic. You are kind of walking, being aware and perceptive in the general sense, as you're kind of looking for... You're not exactly sure, right? You were just told, I heard some weird stuff coming from this way, and so that's the way you're kind of going. You're just sort of generally looking for anything out of the ordinary. And out of the ordinary strikes you like a brick to the face. There is a statue in the center of this park that you begin to walk up on, and as you're kind of scanning the horizon, trying to perceive through the mist, your eyes fall upon this thing, and you just see the most gruesome visage of something. This has no right being in a park. This has no right being in any kind of public place. This is something horrible. You're going to take 3 points of intellect damage as you are shocked and appalled by whatever this thing is. You see what is like a massive, like almost stone throne of some kind, and atop it is this grotesque man or something. It has a humanoid form. There are two almost serpentine figures at its side. They look vaguely reminiscent of whatever the hell that thing was that Hiram was chopping up. They seem to encircle this stone throne, and there is this large creature, long, skinny arms and legs that are just too long. They have these massive bat-like wings. It seems to stand atop this throne, and it's handing down something or holding something for this creature to consume, and it is consuming it with gusto. It is tearing at the flesh of whatever this thing is. Granted, this is all encased in stone. This is the most horrible statue you've ever seen, and as you see this and kind of like look in shock, and your mouth sort of drops open, and you take your hand to your eyes to see what the hell this is, and the moment you kind of clear your vision, it is a statue of Odysseus. He is stood upon the prow of a ship, and in front of him are two sirens, two mermaids, sort of singing to him as he has no cotton balls in his ears, and he is listening to the enthralling songs of the sirens. Whatever that image was is gone, but it does haunt you.
That's so weird. Also, here, I'm taking another XP.
No, thanks.
You're my friend today.
Yeah. Oh, and you get one from mine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't get one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, he still gets to give one away.
Nice. That means I'm at 4 XP.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
Now you can
No,
get some perception.
we'll make it friends, you know?
Yeah, we're making nice friends, garbage friends.
Garbage friends.
I mean, not that I want to give you an excuse to not re-roll things, but if you want to take that perception training right now, you totally can.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Go for it. So yeah, your eyes kind of clear. You're still uneasy about whatever the hell that was, but maybe it's the mist playing tricks on you. Maybe it's the lack of sleep from last night. Maybe it's just the weird shit you've seen, or the strange creature chopped to pieces and the casual man doing so. But that image is gone, and it is replaced with the statue you know to be there of Odysseus and the sirens. What are you doing?
Well, if I just kind of mutter to myself for I think he just kind of stands there staring at it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's no stranger to having occult things happen, he doesn't necessarily remember those things a lot of the time. So having visions like this is not immediately great for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ghosts even froze him up. So he's probably just going to be kind of slack-jawed and staring at it for a while and like waiting for it to come back, that visage. But
I think the time passes faster than you realize. Like the time it took you to see that and the time it took it to fade away was far longer than you expected. And about 10 minutes kind of goes by, and Hiram, you kind of walk up behind Jack, who is standing like hands down, kind of slack-jawed, a little bit dazed looking, just staring at this statue of Odysseus, which is a pretty common statue, nothing really fancy about it. Maybe a little bird shit on the shoulders, but like it's normal statue as far as you can tell.
I just stand there. Hey.
Ah! And Jack draws his gun and just shoots the face off the statue.
You hear the and then the shatter of stone as it crumbles to the ground. And you see that the Odysseus statue no longer has a face.
Spooked.
Did you see that?
Hey, I just saw you deface property.
Oh yeah. It's probably fine. Fucking kids around here, you know. Sorry, where'd you see the smoke come up?
And I like kind of start walking over to the area I saw it.
It's actually not too far away. It's in the vicinity of this statue. What are you doing as you lead Jack over there, Hiram?
I've got I got the shovel kind of hanging, slung over one shoulder. My axe is back, loaded, wrapped back up, kind of tucked away. And just kind of walking over the area, smoking my cigar. And when I saw before all the smoke, there was like singing. Did I hear this? Have I heard that type of chanting before? Or was it the first time I've heard that?
You've heard chanting before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the broad sense of the things you've dealt with. Not all monsters are monsters. And so you've heard chanting before, so you're the kind of guy you are. It's a pretty safe bet this was not good chanting. And if it hadn't, done what it did, you might have had to come in and stop the chanting. But fortunately, that didn't have to happen. But you'd be on the safer side of bets if you were like, I'm coming in to stop that, right? You don't know that specific chant, but you've heard chanting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there was, something was singing.
Singing.
Yeah, and then they just poofed. They was gone.
Was it like, very monotone singing?
Was not a divine church type singing. Not a holy song.
Right. And then the thing poof.
The poof. There was the smoke. Some of the fucking stars decided to fall from the sky. And then our buddy George over there.
George?
Yeah.
You named
George. Yeah. Gotta name everything, Helps the memory.
I disagree. But, we'll call it George just to humor you. Because I respect the fact that you were able to cut it into little Georgettes.
Well,
good night, everyone. That's the show.
That's it. Thanks for coming.
Da-da-da-da-da.
We're here every Thursday. That's fucking Georgettes. Fuck me.
We're fine.
Yeah, they again, just another day for the garbage man.
Yeah. All right. Well, George came out, and then the singing stopped.
Singing was gone when they poofed.
All right.
Before the stars fell.
All right. Can I? I'm gonna try to smell people type folk.
Okay, go for it. This is going to be, I will say, this is going to be difficulty 3 in this fog. There's not really any smells besides Hiram, who smells like a sweaty man, and the smell of grass and fog. So it's a fairly easy.
Okay. Now I get training in that. I'll roll it as ew.
That succeeds. Yep. So you kind of. So what exactly are you sniffing for? Just the smell of people?
Yeah, people, or perhaps like how long ago they were here.
Sure. You estimate that the trail is it's cold right now. It's about the same time last night. You can't get an exact kind of thing, but probably the length of time in which you slept. You saw the green smoke go off. So you can kind of place it around that time if you were, trying to be as accurate as possible. It smells like there were multiple people here, but it smells like a good 3 or 4. But the way Hiram's kind of saying it, there was more, more than 3 or 4.
More of them
that allegedly poofed, as he said. You do see as you are you moving towards this location as you're kind of sticking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
You do see that there is a depression in the grass. It's a rectangular depression, probably like a good 1.5 feet long by like a good foot wide.
Yeah.
Like a perfect rectangle that was just sitting there at one point. Whatever it is now gone. You do see that there is a circle of like beaten down grass, as if several people were perhaps walking around in a circle or doing something in the area. And you get a strange smell. It's not the ozone smell that you got last night inside the Foxglove, but it smells like something died here, but whatever it is gone. Right, it's completely cleaned up. There's no body, there's no blood, there's no anything like that. So it's a strange smell because you can smell the death of something, but there's something else masking that, as if something perhaps like burned the body up or it went somewhere. If you'd like, you can roll me another perception check. It'll
Sure.
be a difficulty 4.
My best guess is that whatever it was that died here might have been the conduit for whatever they summoned. I rolled a natural 20.
Fantastic. You smell sulfur.
Yeah. All right. That's a summoning circle.
What do you want with that major effect?
Like maybe a bit of robe to what I assume are cultists.
Okay.
Something physical, something tangible to keep the scent on them.
Sure. I will do you one better because I like doing mystical things to mystical people. So Jack, you've had a pretty fucked up past, and you've had some weird shit happen to you recently, especially even just mere moments ago. As you kind of sniff around and you move closer to the area that has the matted down grass, you see that this is a very small area, probably like 5 feet in diameter, radius. That's the full way across. Yeah. So it's a small circle or oblong situation with that rectangle in the center of it. And as you kind of move around here and kind of sniff and kind of piece through some grass looking for any shred of cloth, shred of robe, shred of anything, perhaps even a bit of sulfur that causes the smell, you sort of touch down in this matted grass, and Hiram, you see Jack lurch, like his back like lurches up, the kind of the pose you take when you're praying to the porcelain god. He lurches over and you see him kind of go stiff for just a second, and then he eases back into normal. It seems as though Jack didn't even notice it. Jack, what you see is when you touch down, everything goes red. It's like black and white, except the white is red. You kind of recognize this vision as is how some of your dreams go. This is almost the bloodlust that takes over you. It's almost the preternatural sort of senses that you have when things go wrong. And you kind of feel down in this grass, and for a second, you're there last night. You can piece this together. It's very slow motion, but you can smell the people moving around. You can almost, your senses are so peaked that you can almost see it as if you are there. There is a man, although who it is you can't tell, laying on the ground, upon which there is strapped some kind of device to him. The only thing you can kind of relate this to is a record player. It looks like a phonograph, but it seems to be lashed to his body as if some kind of frontal backpack. And spinning on it is a wax cylinder in which there are 4 people that are circling him just over and over and over again. They all seem to occasionally look around them as if looking at or for something, but what they're looking at you can't see. You do see the cylinders sort of spin, and you can't make out the sound of what it is right in this sensory vision, but you can perceive that it is making some sort of sound. It's not in fact recording. And then as whatever it ends, you see this bright flash of light, and that's where the sulfur smell seems to come from, as whoever this person was burns up. It leaves no trace of fire. It leaves no trace of any chemical residue. It just burns up, and you see that there is a jar on the top of this phonograph that fills with something. it reminds you very much of the glass cylinder of green smoke from inside the foxglove. And then a mere few moments later, you see it, the glass releases that green light. All of that happens in like a split second for Hiram.
Oh, God. Oh, that sucked.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You, are you sick? Ill?
What?
Yeah, you like had the shakes.
Oh, yeah. I'm sick. Couple days out of the month. Why?
Just curious. You kind of had a little episode.
Sometimes it happens, I think I know what happened here last night. Because, you just killed a giant cephalopod, right? You're keen on things that are not normal.
I've got a lot of experience with the not normal.
Gotcha. All right. Well, summoning circle, which probably already gathered. Need to find a place that people keep getting these things. I'm wondering, that witch house, you said it was a burlesque house?
No, it's a hostel.
A hostel, right. Sorry.
I wish it was a burlesque house. That's far more interesting.
Right? All right.
Now, the Foxtrot, you could call it a burlesque place.
That's true. You from around here? Here?
No.
No? Yeah, me neither. You know any place that we could find wax? Like a lot of wax?
Like
not what you did to the George, but like in general.
Like car polish?
Yeah, like car polish.
Yeah, there's probably a mechanic down the block,
Sure. But like somebody's making these things happen, and one of the major ingredients in it is wax. So whoever's making the wax might know who they're supplying.
Well, I guess we could go shopping. Got to be some sort of district.
Yeah,
let's go shopping here.
Jack, you have a fair few dollars to throw around. You know that the wax used in a phonogram it's not common household wax. It's not cleaning wax. It's not car polish wax. It is a very specific wax. It's not like a paraffin or whatever based. It is a very dense wax, and not very many places carry it because not very many people. Not only do not many people have phonographs, but even fewer record with them. So this would be a specialized item. You may be able to find someone who knows where it is, but the market, you're not going to find one in the market. You might be able to find someone who knows in the market.
I guess we're going to a music store, so to speak, a recording store.
Sure. Somewhere
you can buy an appliance that produces sound of some kind.
Sure. Okay. So you guys are headed off to the music store, or to attempt to find a music store. I will say both of you roll me perception. Difficulty is going to be 4.
Perception.
See if my perception works here.
Perfect. Good.
Nice.
Great.
We're so good at this.
Super good.
Let's see how Jack does.
Yeah.
Hopefully so much better.
Maybe you. Yeah.
Hey, perfect. Cool.
Enough better.
Jack,
Better enough.
yeah, just the right number. Jack, you're having a rough go, right? Like in general, as a person. Like the history of Jack London is not even just today and yesterday. It's been a rough go of life for the last few years. But you're used to weird shit happening. Today especially, because you just seem to not be able to get away from it. Something makes the hair on the back of your neck stand. You sense danger. Something is coming for you. The problem is, you can't tell from where. You don't hear a sound, you don't smell anything, but you feel something moving towards you. Quickly. What do you do?
Draw my pistol.
Okay. So Hiram, you see him reach in, grab that Derringer out, cock the hammer back, and look around. What are you doing?
Grabbing just little tighter grip on my shovel.
Okay.
Looking around.
All at once, the two of you hear a very subtle noise, and you begin to notice that the mist around you swirls just a little bit. And you hear that noise, and the more you hear it, the more you realize it's coming from above you, and it's the flutter of wings. And then it's the beating of wings, and it's the beating of great wings. And out from the sky, out of this like overcast kind of cloud, you see this creature swoop down towards you, piercing the cloud like a bullet. And then 3 more of them pierce down through this cloud. And the two of you see this monstrosity. Show it to everyone.
Oh, wow. That looks like it wants to eat our faces.
It doesn't not want to eat your faces. That's sure.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys see this creature moving towards you. You see that it has 4 appendages. It has a whip-like barbed tail, 2 massive bat-like wings, horns that recurve back in on themselves. And as it swoops towards you, you see a complete absence of face. It has a head, but just a void darkness as this black creature swoops in lightning speed towards the two of you. I need both of you to make me a speed defense roll.
Thanks, I hate it.
Perfect. That's what I'm here for.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 3, I believe. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 4. I lied. I'm a bad GM.
4.
Rip.
You might have still passed.
Roll again?
You still passed. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you reroll for my floor.
Ayo. Barely.
Perfect. Okay, so you have a minor effect, Hiram. So I will explain to you what's happening and what you dodged, the two of you. But you have a minor effect that you can either take one of the ones I saw you put on your sheet, or you can kind of make one up that fits the scene. You see these 4 creatures begin to move quickly down towards you. 2 of them kind of come in together, and you see both of them swoop towards you. And both it's like... I forget what the heck that's called. When the knees bend back like a horse or an animal. You see them, like, it put its clawed feet out and its clawed hands out towards you. And you see it attempt to grab the two of you. Fortunately, you are both able to dive out of the way, although Jack less deftly than you are, Hiram. But you both dodge out of the way of the grasp of this thing, which was clearly trying to take you. What do you want your minor effect to be?
Can I? So the one that I have is like you can immediately move up to a short distance after the action. Can I just like reach out and try to grab at its tail?
Yeah, sure. That will be. That'll be a speed attack. I think it might. I'll even let you use your fists, right? So it'll be a speed attack of difficulty 3.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because my fists are at might. So switch it to speed.
Yeah, or you can just roll me a speed. Just click on the word speed on the top left.
Okay. Speed. You said difficulty 4?
Difficulty is the 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Okay, so you are able to snatch out and grab onto this thing. At that, I will have the two of you roll me initiative. Initiative should be the number 1 skill on your skill bar.
Yep.
Difficulty is 3.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Okay. So Jack, you see Hiram like quickly move out of the way, lightning reflexes out of the way, and snatch this thing by its tail as it begins to swoop past. You have a moment to act. There is one that just swooped by you, and there are 2 more kind of circling you like buzzards. What do you do?
Great. Might as well shoot at one of the ones that Hiram doesn't have grabbed by the tail.
Okay. There is one right near you, and there's 2 more overhead.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the one of the ones overhead. I'm not particular. I'll choose righty.
Okay. Perfect. Go for it. It is a difficulty 3.
All right. And I don't actually have a pistol set up, so I'm just gonna roll as normal here. I'll set that up in a second.
It's probably going to be a light weapon, I think, for a Derringer. It's a 20, 22, I think.
Ayo.
Success. So you fire off. You fire off. Also, don't forget your light weapon reduces it by 1.
Right.
But yeah, you fire the Derringer. The bullet pierces up. You see it snap into one of these things, and you see it kind of reel back. And when you expect to hear some kind of animalistic squeal, you hear nothing. It makes no sound. It just sort of tumbles back and then woof, woof of the wings as it sort of repositions itself. It is now their turns, unless you want to do anything else, like run away screaming.
I can run 10 feet at this point.
Sure.
But I think I'm good. I'm going to stick around here because it feels like predators like this want people to be separate.
That's fair.
So
and you being a predator would more or less have some instinct behind that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to need we'll do it with Marcy first. Marcy, I need you to make me 2 speed defense at level 4. The one that is near you is going to claw at you, and one of the ones up there, probably the one you shot, is going to swoop down and try to snatch you up.
Of course.
So we'll start with you.
All right. This will be the one to avoid getting clawed at. Nice.
Okay. You don't get clawed at. What would you like your minor effect to be?
Can I have an asset on this roll?
Absolutely. Go
to
for it.
avoid being nice. Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to spend a level of effort because this feels important.
Sure.
Somehow to not get picked up. Yeah.
Not getting snatched is a great feeling.
Yeah.
So as you dodge these 2 attacks, describe to me what that looks like.
He he dodges beneath the claws coming out at him, and then like turns around just in time to see this other one swooping at him, and then just falls to the ground. Perfect. He's just gonna
let it pass over.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Just gonna let that happen.
I'm gonna say Hiram, one is going to swoop down and claw at you. That's going to be a speed defense. And the other one is going to try to wriggle free from you. That's going to be a might. So the speed defense is going to be at level 4, and the might is going to be at level 3. Okay, so you're getting clawed. This thing comes down to you. Your full attention is on holding this thing down. This thing swoops in, and you feel its claws rake your back, tearing new holes in your beautiful red flannel shirt. You take 4 points of might damage.
Oh, God. And so that is the, the 16 goes down to 12?
To a 12, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, what happens for you since you're new to Numenera or new to Cypher Systems, when that pool reaches 0, you don't die. When all of them reach 0, you do. When that pool reaches 0, you'll see in the top, I think, center of your sheet where it says impairment or something like that. It'll say like hail damaged. And then damage track. When one of the pools hits 0, that check marks goes to the next one. So you go from hail to impaired to whatever, right?
Okay.
So you're fine for now, but losing all of your points is not great. So this thing claws into you, and you are holding on to the tail of this other one for dear life. Make me a might difficulty 3.
Right.
Now, I will say you do have a few pieces of XP saved up. You can use them to re-roll if you would like.
Yeah, I'd like to hold on to that guy.
Okay.
How much XP is it to
Just
roll?
one.
Just one? Okay.
Yep. Now, if you'd like to ensure that you can capture this guy, you can reduce your might pool by even more to actually hold on to this guy.
Yeah, let's play with that.
Okay, so you can reduce, because you have 1 edge in might, you can reduce your might pool by 2, which lowers the difficulty of this roll. So now when you click on might and say difficulty 3, it'll say how much effort do you want to spend? You want to spend 1 effort.
1 effort? Okay. So we'll do difficulty 3, effort 1.
Yep.
Okay. God damn.
Rough. This guy does not want to be held by you. I will say there's no limit to how much XP you can spend to reroll. If you really want to hold him, you can.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So he whips his tail free. The barbs kind of catch in your hand. You take no damage, but you feel it. It hurts. It's like rope burn almost. And that is their turns. It is now your turn, Hiram. What do you want to do? You are surrounded by 4 of these. It's you and Jack are Western style back to back, and there are 2 on either side of the 2 of you.
Yeah, let's see. Let me read what this is real quick. I didn't put the info in. I think I can use anything as a weapon.
Yeah.
So the shovel that I still have in my hand, to whatever the nearest guy, I just want to clobber in the face, in the head with it.
Cool. So you also have a great feature called Monster Bane, which means you do extra damage to monsters, which is super dope.
Yes.
And if they are huge monsters, like the one you killed earlier, you do even more damage to them. This one is not huge. However, I will count the shovel as a similar weapon to your axe head, so just use your axe to attack this guy. It is a difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. No. A grand for me. Jesus.
Welcome to the
Dice
stresses of Cypher System.
This is what Eric Vulgaris did to us.
It's great for me because I rolled nothing. So sorry for everyone else. That being said, that concludes your turn, right? That concludes your turn, and Jack, you get to act before they do. What do you want? You see that Hiram has been attacked. He's lost his grip on one of them, and he's having a hell of a time swinging away with a shovel.
I'm going to stay underneath this cover of fog if I can. And I'm just going to... I probably have lost track of the one that I shot earlier, so I'm just going to shoot upward at another one of them.
Okay. Tell you what. Before you shoot, roll me a D100.
Okay.
I'll give you 1 to 25. You hit the one you shot at before.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I guess a D4 could work either way. Okay, so you shoot one of them. So go ahead and roll the attack for me.
All right. Boop. Just going to roll it at a 3 because of the light weapon property. Oh, I rolled a 1. GM intrusion.
Perfect. So you hear from the ground, Hiram, a round fires. Where it goes, you're not entirely sure. But you see all of the creatures sort of like look to the shot, and you see one of them sort of leap. I mean, they're all kind of hovering, right? You see him like fly up higher into the air, and then you see him beat its wings. And as it's beating its wings and continuously, you see the fog begin to swirl and lift from the immediate area. This thing is, they're working in some kind of team. This thing is swatting the fog away so that the rest of them can better see you. It's about 15 feet off the ground, just sort of, and you now see Jack laying, splayed out, derringer in hand, as he loses all sense of cover. With that, Jack, do you want to get up as your move action?
Yeah, I'll get up at this point. This seems awful.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's 2 players. We're good.
We're fine.
Got this. We don't need those thinking dice rolls.
If we're not carried off this round, we should probably run. just, just saying.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. These things are after you for some reason. Who knows
Go
why?
figure.
I will say you both all have ciphers, so if you need to spend some ciphers, by all means, spend your ciphers. I'm sure they do cool things, especially Jack's. You spent your dope one last time.
I gave my last one to Tora.
Yeah, the one you have now does not help you, but that's fine. Hiram, you do have one that helps you, I believe. However, it is the Night Gaunt's turns. The one is going to continuously beat its wings. He's out of the fight more or less as he is keeping the fog away. That doesn't give an asset to anyone. It just makes your chances of hiding that much harder. The two surrounding Hiram are going to attack, and the one on Jack is going to attack him as well. So, Jack, I need 1 speed defense from you, and Hiram, I need 2 speed defense from you. They are both level 3. I'm sorry, they're both level 4. They're all level 4.
Ayo.
All right. Wow. Could you...
Oh, wait.
It's 1s and 20s.
I didn't succeed that one.
You didn't, but Hiram got a nat 20s.
Yeah.
Hiram, I need 1 more for you.
Yep. I'll go. Do that. Oh. Go big or go no, right?
Wow.
It's either going to succeed or not.
Wow. That went extremely well for... Damn.
Ooh,
okay, cool.
I get an action. I get actions for major effects.
Do you get actions? Where do
You can immediately take a second action during this turn.
Are you looking at your major effect? Oh, yeah. So that's an option, right? Okay, so here's something we're going to cover real quick. First of all, we'll go with Jack. Jack, you see the one that is hovering by you? It's kind of like boxer style, bouncing back and forth. And as you're kind of distracted, you saw the claws come in. What you're not paying attention to is the barbed tail whip out and sort of like stick you in the arm. You now know that all of its appendages seem to be weapons.
They're all pointy, yeah.
Now for Gnome... so if you look on the roll where it says major effect or plus 4 damage, you can do a major effect or plus 4 damage. Now you deal 4 damage with your weapon by itself. You could do a total of 8 damage with this thing if you'd like to, or you can do the major effect of roll again. Or split it up or roll 2 more times for all I care.
No, I'll do the damage.
Okay. So
let's take one of these bad boys out.
So
I also have zero concept of what HP is in this case.
That's fine. So what I will say is that because this was a defense roll, I will allow especially being your first big combat in the game, I will allow these damages to kind of roll forward, and you position yourself in such a way that you have an advantageous swing on the 2 that are facing down with you.
Okay.
So if you hit next turn, you do 8 damage to one of them. I will say you can only attack once on your turn, but if you'd like to spend the other major effect to attack twice, you can do that.
Okay.
Also, Mike, how much damage did I take, or did it carry me off? Which
you took 4 damage. It just stabbed you. 4 might.
Okay. Just
stabbed you. Casual stab.
Just a casual stabbing.
Yeah.
In the park.
So that is their turn, which puts us to Hiram. So Hiram, you will get to make 2 attacks this turn. It is going to be a difficulty 3 for both of them, and one of them will have plus 4 damage on it.
Okay. Let me click on the thing. Gonna hit them with my shovel. At least one of them with the shovel. So difficulty 3?
Difficulty 3.
4? Okay. Oh, son of a bitch.
I will say
I'm going to reroll.
You have another attack as well, if you want, before you spend that reroll.
All right. Do that. There we go.
Okay, get fucked. So an 18 does an additional plus 2 damage.
Oh, shit!
So before you spend the reroll on the other die, if you'd like to, describe to me how, with a standard shovel, you pulverize this thing into, excommunication.
Yeah, I'd like to, kind of like the guy that fucking scraped me up, made me bite down on my cigar, and so cut in half from my teeth. So I spit the shit out, right? And I wind up, pull my sleeves up, and I just take a big swing, and I want the sharp edge of the shovel to just sink in to the head a bit.
Okay, I like it. Yeah. So you choke up,
rip it back out.
You choke up like Babe Ruth, and you swing away at this thing, and the sharper edge of the spade on the head of your shovel just cuts clean through. And while this was a good kill, it's dead. This is kind of your thing as a garbage man. It's a little bit less satisfactory than you would expect. There's no roar of pain. There's no defeat. It just silently flumps to the ground. The only noise it makes is the impact on the grass. These things move silently and make no noises and have no faces to cry out. It is unsettling. Do you want to spend XP and attack again?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go for it. Spend that XP. I believe that's your last one.
That's my last one.
Spend your XP and swing away. It is a difficulty 3.
3. All right, let's give him a Chicago overcoat, huh?
You just made that up. That's not real.
No, that is super real.
Oh, God. No one Google that. So unfortunately, unfortunately, you miss. You kind of whiff it on this one, but you do see that as you kind of swing away, it dodges back, and you see its like wings kind of flutter. You do see that the one that is flying overhead seems to be making some kind of gesture, whether it's speaking in something you can't hear or not. It is gesturing, not wildly, but very calculatedly towards the other two. However, it is Jack's turn. Jack, you are standing up, Derringer in hand. One is dead. They can be killed. There are still two more around.
I'm gonna shoot that big one that keeps slapping the wind away. Or the fog away.
Yeah. It's difficulty 3.
All right.
So for you, a difficulty 2.
Hey, natural 20.
Okay. I have a major effect in mind if you don't have one, or you can apply the extra damage to it.
Let's see. What do you have in mind?
You pierce the wing and it spirals down to the ground.
I like it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you pop this thing. The bullet pierces through the wing. You see it rip a hole in the leathery bat-like wing, and it begins to beat, kind of awkwardly as it kind of spirals down and does its best to like land and not collide with the ground. It is now on the ground, and you see the mist begin to slowly kind of swirl back in. Nothing's keeping it out. Is there anything you'd like to do with the rest of your turn?
Hey, you want to name these things, or are we gonna run?
Well, you don't like to party.
Still don't like these odds. I mean, that was a really nice job there, but I'd rather get out of here.
This isn't it's not the trash that you were talking about before.
No, I only take out trash sometimes. That I guess will be my turn.
Perfect. It is the Nightgaunt's turn. One of them is hobbled and is slowly making its way to you guys. The other two are going to attack. There's one on Hiram, one on Jack. So I need a speed defense 4 from both of you guys.
All right.
It really is all or nothing tonight. Like
it is.
There is no in between.
I am impaired.
Oh, you're down.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. All right, here's what's going to happen. Hiram, which one are you attacking, first of all? The same one that you had tried to swing at before?
Yeah, probably as closest.
Okay. And you're dealing +2 damage. So, you know what? Do me a favor and roll me a D3. On a 1, it is the same one that Marcy shot earlier. Perfect. Describe to me how you kill this one.
Nice.
So it's the one that Marcy shot, yeah?
It's the one she shot the first time.
Okay. So seeing Jack go down, I'm gonna kind of tug at my at the leather strap, pull out the flintlock, and kind of spin over and just fire at it.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so you hear this ear-shattering blunderbuss rip through this night gaunt, and again, just silently it flumps to the ground. That being said, I am going to GM Intrude Marcy.
Okay.
Marcy, you have an XP, and you can give one to whatever player you'd like.
Oh, I think it'll be Hiram.
Weird.
Whoa!
This one,
Right?
this one attacks you, succeeds, and I'm going to GM Intrude because you feel it grab onto you, and you feel the sensation of the earth leaving your feet as it. You feel its claws grip, its bone-like claws grip into your shoulders as this thing takes off.
Great.
Yeah, it's not a good look for you. However, it is, I believe, their turn. Then it is Hiram's turn. Hiram, you see that Marcy is being lifted off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Oh, I thought it was their turn.
No, they just went. They lifted Marcy.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm really good at running. Can I just like barrel on down and try to like grab on to Jack?
Yes, it's gonna
and,
be
like, weigh Jack down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a might check. It's gonna be difficulty 3. And let me see. What are you trained in? You're trained in running, and I think you're trained in like climbing.
Yeah, running, climbing. I almost picked jumping.
Yeah, I
Almost,
feel like,
but I went climbing.
The running will help you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So difficulty 3.
You succeed. You are able to run and leap and grab onto Jack. It is not enough to break him free. However, you're a big man, so you're pinning him to the ground.
Okay.
I will also say, because we've missed it several times, when you're rolling for speed defense for these monsters, you're actually trained in speed defense. So if you look in your skills, all of those rolls would have been slightly
It's there.
easier.
I mean, he keeps rolling natural 20s.
Yeah, but you keep rolling natural 20s. So like,
not.
Yeah,
Like,
you may have missed one attack on you. Only one of them hit you so far, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, so you run and grab onto this thing. That brings it to Jack's turn. Jack, you are being held down to the ground by Hiram. You're still being lifted off, but what do you want to do? How do you want to break free of this creature?
Well, this sucks.
It's a bad day.
I'm gonna just hold on one second. 2.
Gotta love that Cypher math.
No, I'm counting how many bullets I've used. I've got 2 left.
Okay.
Before I have to reload. So I'm gonna fire one point blank just into this thing.
Okay. I will reduce I'll give you an asset because you're so close to it.
Yeah.
So it'll be a difficulty
That's
2,
lovely.
or it's a difficulty 3 with an asset and a light weapon.
Okay.
So nearly impossible to miss. Please don't roll a 1.
Nice.
Perfect. You fire into this thing. Now, are you hoping to scare it off, do damage to it, get it to let you go? What's your goal?
I'm trying to get it to let me go.
Okay.
Firing
Fantastic.
into the leg and hoping.
What I'm going to do is it's going to take 2 more points of damage, and then on its turn to like rip you free, you'll have an asset to break out of that. Right?
Oh,
Because
good.
you shot it in the leg.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so you sort of you blast it in what makes for its scrawny thigh. You see it kind of like sputter under the weight of you and Hiram and the gunshot to the leg. In fact, I'll give you 2 assets because I forgot Hiram is holding you down.
Yes.
So with Hiram holding you down, it's going to be a difficulty 2, and with the asset, it's going to be a difficulty 1. So it's going to be a difficulty 1. I think it's going to be might to break free unless you can sell me on speed.
I don't think I can sell you on speed right now. I'm being held, so it's not a question of acrobatics that I can think of.
Yep.
Being held in 2 directions at the same time.
It is a difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1 is good. Just shit, so I can't put in effort. Yay!
Success. So describe to me how you wrench yourself free of this creature.
I take that smoking hot barrel and I just shove it into the sort of leg pit of the creature.
Okay. Yeah. I can deal with that. So you see it release its claw. It's that one leg, right? It released that one leg, the one you shot, the one you just jabbed the barrel into. And it's trying to hold on as best it can with the one leg, and it can't. You feel the bone-like fingers on its feet sort of just rake against you. It hurts, but not enough to cause any damage as you sort of thump to the ground underneath the weight of Hiram. You see the one that was attempting to blow the mist away. It's sort of hobbling. That was the one that was sort of signaling. And you see it take flight, although labored and kind of lopsided as it catches wind again. And the one that was grabbing you also catches wind. You see it fly over with its good leg. It sort of grabs onto the other one and begins to pull them both off back into the skyline. There is 2 corpses near you. You're looking pretty rough. And Hiram looks just great.
I'm going to throw one arm around Hiram's neck and stare him dead in the eye and say, my hero.
Hiram's not even laughing. He's like, and I want to just like drop you. Just like let you go.
Perfect. On that note, as Jack thumps to the ground, that is where we'll end episode 3.
There's still 2 more!
Yeah, that's it. That is
just
where
2 hours.
That is where we end episode 3 of Men of Letters. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have the full cast and crew today. We will have, hopefully we'll have Jess back next week. We will not have Chelsea back for 2 more weeks. She has D&D Live and all kinds of other cool things. So check her out on social media. Check Jess out at Burst of Hope. But let's go around, do our introduction, get your thoughts. Let's hear from Gnome, get your thoughts as your first time jumping in. We will start with Marcy, who's been here. Marcy, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi there. My name is Marcy. I'm one half of the Phantom Roll Booth, and I do quite a bit. I'm the GM for the Isle of Lycia. We're back on Little Red Dot's Twitch channel on every other Sunday. Also, on those same weeks, I do Gore of Ravnica on my first session next week. And on alternate Saturdays, I do Gold Heart Groups, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You can also find me here. This was great. You know, in situations like this, I always think to myself, like, but what if they were just taking us to where the plot is?
I mean, they could have been. I mean,
it's just literally the Eagles from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Like, they offered though this time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're just taking us to the plot.
Very aggressive,
plot eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aggressive. Psychic plot eagles.
Yeah. That being said, let's jump over to Gnome. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And for you, what did you think of your first time playing?
My name is Gnome, and you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram over at NoMedic. I play a lot of TTRPGs and do a lot of TTRPG podcasts. As far as my schedule, I am here now every Thursdays and on Wednesdays. Using Gnome-ish Magic. I am on 2 channels at the same time. You can catch me on the Gods Fall channel in the Rise of the Demigods, which is a stream and podcast that is pre-recorded. And then I am the DM of a Tales from the Loop game over on Encounter Roleplay. And you can also find me on Monday nights on the Greyhawk channel playing a game based off of the wonderful best movie ever, the Dungeons and Dragons, the movie. It's a game. It's a game.
The movie, the show.
The movie, the show.
I've seen that movie. That was bad. So what did you think of Men of Letters and your first
planting
time?
Flowers in people's ears?
Remember the guy with the blue lipstick? That guy was weird, huh?
Yeah. Damodar.
Yeah,
I think you mean great.
Amazing.
I don't think I did.
Wonderful.
So no, what was your thoughts on both Men of Letters and your first time playing Numenera or Cypher Systems?
So I watched the previous episode, or the first episode, and just loved it in my drug haze. It was just amazing. Everybody did such a really good job. So I was actually really intimidated to be playing here. But y'all were great and super welcoming. And the system is really easy to kind of like jump into. Like there's obviously still some things like I don't know what effects that you could do. Like I thought I had to use that effect.
It's great. Yeah, it gives a lot of narrative control to the players, which is why I love it.
Yeah, and I love games that allow for the player to mess with that narrative. Like it literally is like the rule of cool, and if you can do it, roll for it. We'll see what happens. So that's really cool. I like the XP thing. I like being able to kind of like buff other players with the XP stuff. I think that's a really neat mechanic. So yeah, I mean, this is my first time playing Cypher. I've been dying to get in to learn how to play, and I had a hell of a good time. So thank you so much. Like you're amazing.
Perfect. I'm super glad you had fun. I'm having so much fun with this game and this setting and the kind of weird and wacky world that Marcy convinced me to run. So yeah, guys, this was episode 3 of Meta Letters. If you are just joining us now and you missed it, please catch it over on YouTube. It'll be there on Sunday at around noon. So check that out. If you guys want to support the team, if you want to support the channel, we took away donations. So the only way to do that is by subscribing on Twitch or joining our Patreon. So please go check that out. And if you guys want to join the conversation and be part of the Graveyard, please check out our Discord. That's where everything kind of goes down. That being said, this is our final stream of the week officially. There might be something tomorrow if I'm not feeling a little froggy. I got some prep to do and some planning to do for certain things. But that being said, the person I was going to host just went offline. So as I act like a prepared streamer who has friends that are streaming currently, let me go do this guy. Perfect. Nailed it. Also offline. Son of a bitch.
Bitch, upgrade. Let's go.
This is the worst part of streaming. This is the most hectic.
Who is?
Yeah, we're gonna go raid AP Gaming or something. Yeah, I'll figure it out, guys. We're gonna raid someone. Stick around for that. But for now, bye-bye.
Bye.